Hi guys, welcome back to the Ascension channel. Now today, I've just finished the channeling with the Ascension Guides, and what they've just brought through was like, wow, unbelievable. Understanding about new moons, the portal opportunities that we have around a new moon, and understanding why in this lifetime we're being asked to start to think about this from I suppose, a higher mind perspective. Understanding that new moon portals are not just about things from this lifetime, but most definitely aspects of us that we have been brought in from past, present, and future lifetimes. Now, the guides came through, they brought through a very, very special and very poignant message about the new moon portals, why we need to activate into them, and how we can activate into them. And what they've also just done was absolutely unbelievable. They've just brought through an Akashic record understanding, how we can access into the Akashic records and how we can understand the information that comes through. And what they've also just done is completed a quantum healing session that for everything that we just activated into, we've just been able to kind of clear and resolve and dissolve, as they call it. So stay tuned to the end, because this was absolutely unbelievable. Guys, I'm so excited to bring this through to you today on this new moon portal. And yeah, enjoy. We are here, Rebecca. Welcome all. Welcome to this new moon portal. Today is the 17th of April, and it is indeed a new portal, a new moon portal. But what we'd like to do today is not so much bring through information about this particular new moon, but more about new moons in general. Why are new moons important in this lifetime? Why is it that we reflect on new moons as a portal? And why is it when we start to incorporate new moons into our healing process and our manifestation process, we can start to understand the importance of why new moons are, if you like, a quantum healing aspect of ourselves too. Now, what do we mean by this? Well, in this lifetime, we have incarnated. We have decided that we would be a soul, and in this lifetime, we would have many different experiences which would come about from our childhood arrangements, our childhood contracts that we have with our parents, our siblings, our friends. All of these arrangements, if you like, contracts, would bring through experiences. These experiences could often be, if you like, positive, or they could unfortunately also be negative, but they're all experiences. Now, when we start to think of an experience, what does this mean to us? It means that we are here to help understand that experiences have their own energy, they have their own frequency, and each experience has, if you like, an exponential purpose for us in our lifetime. Now, when we start to think about that in a different way, it means that all of these experiences have an imprint that, if you like, if you were there as a photographer, taking a picture of that experience would become an imprint. It'd be an imprint on your memory system. It'd become an imprint on your soul, an imprint within your DNA structure, an imprint within the whole of your understanding as being a soul. So, if you can understand you have many experiences in this lifetime, and obviously many different lifetimes, both of past and future nature, which are all working out simultaneously at this moment in time in our quantum understanding, it means that you have many imprints, many experiences, many imprints. Now, it is impossible, even as a soul perspective, to be thinking that you can, if you like, heal through all of these experiences at once. And you don't want to. That's not the point of why you're here. The point of you being in this lifetime and being in this 3D physical perspective is so that you have experiences. And even the experiences of healing through an experience is an experience. So, what we're here to do today is, if you like, create a new level of understanding around these experiences and how using the new moon portals can be a way for you to create a new experience around these experiences. Yes, a bit of a tongue twister for many of you, we understand. But as the Ascension Guides, we're here to guide you through this process. This isn't about being, if you like, a confusion or us to bring through more aspects or understandings to you that you are not able to withstand at this moment in time. Understanding that as a soul who is watching this with Rebecca, as we're channeling through, you have agreed to all of these aspects in your lifetime. Whoever you watch on these podcasts and in these, if you like, live stream moments, they're all brought through from a point of agreement that as a soul, you agreed to receive this point of information at this point in time and space. Whether you're watching this on the 17th of April 2026, which is when we are bringing and channeling through this transmission to Rebecca and to yourself, It is irrelevant. The relevant part of this is that you are listening to it. And at some point in your time and space, in your lifetime, you will resonate with this information. So let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning of what we're talking about here. As a soul, we've all agreed to have experiences. These experiences are both of the light and dark nature. The law of polarity, the law of polarity, the law of understanding that for us to evolve and us to go through cycles of experiences, we have to go through an experience. Now, the laws of polarity state that we have to have the laws, a balancing act here as well. So if we are living too far in the dark, then we will be brought into the light, and vice versa. If we're always living too far into the light, then we still need to have a balance of experiencing some of the darker aspects. This doesn't mean that you're going to go be ping-ponging from both the light and the dark for the whole of your lifetime. It does mean that though there are sometimes there are springboard actions that need to take place where you may be too far in the light, for example. And yes, you need to, at a soul, from a soul level, experience some dark to help spring you back even to the next level of light. So all of these experiences that come through are very important. They all hold and bear, if you like, another imprint on this lifetime for you. Even today, watching this video is another imprint, another experience, another way where which we are able to bring through information to you. And again, if you like, another springboard event. So as the new moon approaches, many of you are starting to understand in this lifetime now that, yes, the portal does open up. A portal because of the arrangements of the way the planetary systems happen at this time. Whether this is through the zodiac system, whether it's between the arrangement between the moon and the sun, or whether it's just from a point of intention that as a soul you have incarnated into this lifetime, and that each new moon there would be an opportunity for a new intention to come through, a new manifestation, a new experience, a new imprint. So what we'd like you to help you to understand today is the importance of these imprints and what this holds for you in this lifetime from a point of a soul. If you're receiving many imprints at all times, what happens to these imprints? Where do they go? What do we do with them? What's the purpose, really? Well, just like you have a photo album, again, memories, of course, opportunities to look back on all the different memories you've had in this lifetime. Now, let's for one moment say, for example, that you have all these imprints and you're able to access all the photographs from past lifetimes and even your future lifetimes. Well, this isn't a what if, this is an actual yes, you can. You all have access to your Akashic record. Your Akashic record, if you like, is your massive phone photo album, the photo album of all your lifetimes, past, present, and future. So when we start to access our Akashic record and we start to access the Akashic record from a point of understanding that we're trying to, if you like, locate that memory that we've chosen to open up at this point, this is what becomes a new experience for you. That you can, each, if you like, each new moon, and say, okay, please, Akashic Records, show to me an experience that I would like to heal through during meditation or just during a day-to-day experience. You may get a download. You may think, yes, that's something I need to heal through. You may have one of those aha moments. Aha moments are very much, if you like, a message coming down, a download from your spiritual teams, your spiritual guides, bringing through a specific imprint for you. A download of information that is ready to be resolved and dissolved. So what do we mean by being resolved and dissolved? Well, this means when you are, as a soul in this lifetime, have got to a certain point where you're able to connect into your Akashic record and say, okay, remember that photo, remember that imprint that I had in this lifetime and in that future lifetime. Well, you know, I've watched it and seen it that many times now, as I'm ready to kind of let go of it. I'm ready to say, okay, I've seen it that many times that, you know, it's holding too much space in my memory. And of course, just like a computer, computers can only hold so much memory. And when we want to clear out the computer and we want to, if you like, take it back to a reset, factory reset, this is important for us to understand. We can say, okay, all those outdated programs, please, for my Akashic record, I would like to now resolve and dissolve. I'd like to transmute those back to zero, transmute them back to source, transmute them back to love and light. Some of you may even just imagine burning that photo. Whatever your experience and however you choose to experience the experience, it's about an understanding. It's about an understanding that these experiences are brought into this lifetime for you all to experience. All the imprints, whether they be of the light or dark nature, are all held within your soul experience. So from a point of ascension on this new moon today, what we're here to help you understand is that for all those souls that tune into this and hear this and resonate with this, in fact, you can say to yourself, okay, so all those old photographs, those photographs that no longer serve me, or I've watched and listened, or I've looked at those photographs too many times, or the souls in those photographs no longer serve me, I'm ready to now resolve and dissolve and transmute them back to love and light. Now, this means that sometimes we have to let go. We have to choose to let go of certain souls in this lifetime who have been brought into this lifetime for certain reasons. Often these reasons bring both, again, light and dark experiences. But when we choose to let go of these experiences from a point of imprint, understanding, we start to learn and understand that these imprints do no longer serve us for a reason. That as a soul, we have agreed to resolve and dissolve these imprints at a certain point in time and space. We've agreed to resolve and dissolve these imprints. So we're now able to connect into our own quantum selves again, our quantum aspects of ourselves. What do we mean by quantum aspects? We mean all the different parts of you from your past and your future lifetimes. They're all part of your Akashic record, your massive, your mahusive, as Rebecca likes to say, mahusive photo album. The photo album that no longer serves you to some degree. And today we're going to go through a clearing, and we could do that together now, should you choose, should you wish. Should you wish, we are now going to open up the quantum field. We're going to open up your Akashic records, and we're going to allow you as a soul, not allow as in we allow you, but we're going to offer you the opportunity by tuning in to this frequency, tuning into the frequency that we are going to be bringing through, allowing you to access this frequency and to, if you like, from a point of understanding, access those photographs that no longer serve you. Now, to access those photographs, maybe some of you have an understanding which those photographs already are. Some of you may not have a clue. So what we're going to do is help you here along the way. We're going to bring through a frequency. Now, this frequency is going to help you bring up to surface those photographs that no longer serve you. Any memories that come to surface now, we'd like you to understand this as being those imprints in your mahusive photograph album. And we'd like you to, from a point of intention, when we bring through the second frequency, we're going to resolve and dissolve those together. It's going to be a group quantum healing session today, because for all the souls that are joining us during this process, you'll also be helping to resolve and dissolve the imprints for other souls that are also taking part. This isn't just about us individually. We understand this as a collective. We are here in this lifetime to help work through the grid. We're here to work, and through the point of being a collective, help to ascend the planet together. So as we are working through our own photograph albums, we're also working through the photograph albums of the collective. So if you can imagine Mother Gaia, our beautiful planet, has a big photograph album, even larger than we can imagine, bigger than there's any space for in this planet to hold. So we have to hold this photo album here in the quantum field, the quantum field where we are here tuning into to you today. And it's fair to say that if all of you started to tune into your quantum field and ask your Akashic record to show to you your own pieces of information, that you will be seeing that this happens to you on a much regular basis, more than you ever realized was happening to you. So as we start to bring up this memories for you now, we'd like to ask you all individually to go into your heart space. Now, what do we mean by your heart space? Well, Rebecca understands this as being like your heart chakra, your heart portal, the portal to allow you to bring in and to resolve and dissolve whatever is serving or no longer serves your purpose at this moment of time and space, but also allowing a new frequency to come in and to replace. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca has just had an understanding of what this means. Is that as we are going through, if you like, a cycle, imagine a washing machine. Imagine that your washing machine put in the dirty clothing that goes in, but as you take them out, they're lovely, fresh smelling clothing, clean, sparkly clean. Well, essentially, that is what's happening in your heart portal. When we choose to resolve and dissolve, and we choose to resolve imprints that no longer serve us. But then what do we need to do? We want to, if you like, refresh our memory circuits. And this is what we're going to do today. So once we've brought up the memories for you, and you recognize these memories as imprints, and you recognize that each imprints have been brought into this lifetime for a point of time and space, we're going to then bring through another frequency. And this frequency, if you like, is going to make you, if you like, sparkly clean. Your DNA, this aspect, your soul DNA, your photo album. We're going to give it a quick clean, a quick wash down. But the new frequency is going to help elevate this. It's going to put it back into a new place. So imagine you were in a library and you had all your photo albums in this big library. Often, many of you see the Akashic Records like a library. Well, let's say we're going to take this photo album out of one shelf, lower down, a lower denser vibration, you could imagine. We're going to give it a quick spring clean. And then because it's of a different frequency, we're going to say, well, do you know what? We can put this album back in a higher shelf. And this is what we're going to do today. And this is, if you like, a way of a point of understanding ascension, that we are removing old imprints, outdated programs. We're giving you a spring clean, and then we're helping put you back in a different frequency, in a different place, in a different level. And again, when we start to think about timelines, jumping timelines, essentially, this is also another aspect of this, putting you on a different shelf, a different track, a different train, different ways in which you want to think about this, how you, if you like, can accomplish, how you can go for abundance and gain. Now, what we're going to do is take you all now back into the point of understanding of what we're here to do today. And this is the new moon portal that you are all working through in a very special way. So now we're going to bring through the frequency for those who are ready to receive. Understanding that this is a quantum healing perspective of you, we hope you choose to believe. The frequency is now coming through. Any of you that are starting to feel a tingle or a vibration or energy that's moving through, would like you to understand that this is a frequency that's working through the quantum field from Rebecca's intention for you. Rebecca had an intention today that she would like to open up the space, bring through, if you like, a new understanding around the new moon and portals and what this could mean for us in this beautiful time and space. A beautiful time and space where we are in an ascension phase which sometimes can bring through lots of confusion and haze. When there's so much going on, the planetary alignments are coming through thick and thin. Understanding how do I understand all this information? There's too much to take in. We're here today to bring through, if you like, ways in which you can start to, if you like, rephrase many of this inputs of information. Recognizing that when planetary alignments are happening and all the zodiac systems are all coming in and they're all telling you this and that, it's just about an understanding that you're ready to now work through this point that you're at. So now we're going to bring through another frequency for all of those who are choosing to receive, for all those who are choosing to receive, and for those that now start to believe. A memory might start to come up for you now, a frequency we start to bring through, a memory of a childhood experience, or maybe a relationship that had very recently for you. Any experience that's now starting to come up for you, we're now asking you to look at this as a photograph. See this photograph, look at this photograph, and say, okay, I experienced that experience. It happened for me then. I sometimes think about this. Was this really something I wanted to receive then? These experiences could be from the light. They could be from dark. But we're asking you to go within. Understanding this information is coming through because you're now ready to resolve and dissolve from within. We're now bringing through this next frequency, a frequency which you're now saying, okay, to myself and my soul, thank you for bringing this up to me today. I needed to see this to help me feel whole. To feel whole in this lifetime, what does that mean? To feel a whole, to be a whole, to how can I see whole? A hole is something that you will not often think about as being a hole in the ground. Something that if you can imagine that if you drop something in there, you'd ask yourself, will I ever be able to find again? Now, what we're asking you to do now is go into your hole and say, okay, well, I've realized that I've just brought this imprint back up for me now. Understanding that we're now asking you to go back down into that hole and say, is there anything else there now that needs to be brought up too? So we're now bringing through another frequency. This second frequency of, if you like, lost and found frequency is now going to bring up another memory for you. Another memory that could be, if you like, contrasting energy to their first energy, the first memory that you found. Now, if this is a contrasting energy, maybe an experience which you would say, well, that was a very happy experience for me. Well, what I'd like you to understand is that these two experiences, even though they could be maybe with the same person or around the same era, around the same lifetime, or maybe it was a past lifetime that you're starting to see through. Well, I'm asking you to connect into the quantum aspects of you. So from those points of understanding, the souls that are connecting in now, we'd just like you to help you to understand that the way that Rebecca is bringing this through for you now. So as Rebecca is channeling this through, she's also experiencing, if you like, imprints coming through for her too. These imprints which she sees are around ready to be resolved and dissolved for her too. So as you can understand, this is very much like a live expression, a live. Thank you, Rebecca. So Rebecca, as you can now see, has just brought through some more light language. If those of you for the first time have seen Rebecca, yes, Rebecca channels light language too. And often light language is here to help resolve aspects of her, but also aspects of you. Now, if there's anything that's coming up for you now, some of you may be thinking to myself, well, I do not feel anything. I do not see any memories. I'm not seeing any colors. I'm not feeling any vibrations at this moment in time. That's okay, because this is an experience that you are ready to experience. In whichever way you experience it, you have agreed to experience it today. So now, there'll be many of you that are watching this will have the memories that are starting to come up. You recognize that you've seen maybe one or two or three or four memories. They're all part of your phone photo album, the imprints that were ready to be resolved and dissolved today. So the beautiful memories or the dark memories, whichever way you see these today, we're asking you to understand that they are here to be resolved today in this very special way. So we're now going to bring through another frequency for you. And now we are going to ask you to go into your heart space again. Now, when you go into your heart space, we're going to ask you to recognize that many of you have been here in these lifetimes where you have worked as quantum healers. You have been quantum healers. You have even lived in the place that many of you recognize and know of as Chem. Chem being, if you like, a very, if you like, unique place on this earth where many of you would be able to tune into the Great Pyramids. The Great Pyramids that bring through many frequencies and understandings for many of you in this lifetime. Understanding imprints, understanding memories that often we see that they can be very clear. Often these memories come through and they're very, very hazy. And sometimes we struggle to understand why they are here at all. Now, Rebecca just once again had another imprint that's come through. Another memory that she could say that she was, if you like, working as a higher priestess at those times in Kent. In the Atlantean times, when very many souls were, if you like, working in a very high vibration, they recognized that they were working as higher priestesses or priests, and they were able to resolve and dissolve and work through frequencies. They worked with sound frequency, sound healing. They worked with clearing. They worked with sound to help heal and clearing. Now, this is not something that's unique to Rebecca. Many of you have these experiences too. You recognize also that you were there part of the experience of the Atlantean times and also connecting to Chem too. Now, when we think of Chem, we can also think of the chemtrails that those, if you like, have been brought into our awareness in this lifetimes. The chemtrails that we see in our skies. We often look at them and think, why? The whys and hows and whys, and we wish them goodbyes. Now, as we start to ascend in this lifetime and we start to awaken our, if you like, consciousness to many other understandings in this lifetime, we start to work through many different ways in which we start to bring through energies. Many of you have been awoken in this lifetime through different ways, different paths. It's irrelevant in how you got here. The important thing is that you understand here, that you are here, and this is why you are here today. Whatever path you have chosen to get to a point where you're listening to this recording today, it's important to understanding this has been your experience, your path you chose to get to a point where you are here today. So Rebecca is now going to bring through one more frequency, a frequency that's going to help you understand. Understand that you are not just clearing for yourself, you as an individual, but you are clearing for your family, your friends, and even the land. Each time you go through a new moon clearing, a new moon portal, and you go through that, if you like, washed up effect, you are not just clearing for yourself, your individual self, your lifetime. You are clearing for many souls who have all taken this, if you like, leap in this lifetime too. So now, what we're going to do now is one of the most important parts of this quantum healing session today, because now we're ready to resolve and dissolve and say goodbye to all those imprints that have just been brought up for us in this very special and unique way. So going back into your heart space and connecting into your heart, we're going to ask you to bring to your mind's eye now any imprints, any downloads that you've received today, and put them all into your heart. Imagine now that they are going into that washing machine. All those outdated programs, anything that's not clean, that's ready to be resolved, anything that we now do not want to have in this lifetime, and we understand that we've worked through those frequencies, those energies. Our heart portal is acting now as that place that we can work through. Understanding a new energy is now coming through to help resolve and dissolve this from you. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca recognizes now the beautiful blue crystalline seas that she's seeing in front of her now. She recognizes that the blue crystalline blue seas that she's seeing is almost like the washed up effect that's happened. The beautiful blue seas, the beautiful blue clean seas that she now sees, the beautiful blue energies all coming through, especially for you. So, so Rebecca would like to just give you understand a little bit more about who we are as Ascension Guides. She feels it's important for you that have just joined us today. So in Rebecca's, if you like, awakening process, her own ascension process, she went through many different phases where she had to have, if you like, understand who her guides were and why her guides were channeling through to her in the way that they did and they are now. And they're just like the way they are for you too. In early days, she had a big resonance with the just passed over loved ones that were coming through for her. These were souls that she could connect with. She had physical experiences with these souls. So she could have, you like, an understanding of how they had a very special place in her heart. Over the months, she was then opened up to understandings of other souls that were coming through. Some of these were ascended masters, Saint Germain being one in particular for her, and also for many of you. The violet flame that comes through, the transmutation aspect of Saint Germain that we understand has been brought through in the point of ascension at this very point in time and space for the planetary grid. It's a very important frequency that now helps us bring to surface those things we once hid. There are many galactic guides also working for us as a part of the Ascension Guides. Galactic guides from many different races, who many of you will connect into, and even recognize your starseed galactic aces. We say galactic aces because many of you recognize that you have been starseeds. You like to think of the fact that you are a starseed. And this isn't from a point of ego, just from a point of connection, a point that when you connect into being those starseeds again, or you have your galactic races that come through, it brings through a very special and unique frequency for you. We're also part of the, if you like, the higher dimensionals, the archangel frequencies that come through. Metatron is one of them that Rebecca has connected into. Many other archangels have come through, Archangel Michael, Raphael, many to name a few. They've all started working for Rebecca, and a lot of them are here working with you. The warriors of light, they're here to offer the protection for all of us through these dark days, or even these points that are survival days of fight. The warriors of light that come through, that here is a very special connection with all of you. There are many other star systems that come through, and there was too many to name for this day and age. Understanding, though, that many of them bring through frequencies that can be of different emotions, feelings, anger, happiness, and rage. When we start to slow down and we start to understand what we are bringing through in this lifetime and how our guides bring through many different frequencies and many different messages to us at all different times, Some of these are through our waking life when we see synchronicities, beautiful angel numbers that come through. Many of these see these as angel numbers or angel frequencies or nighttime nightmares that come in and bring through a darker energy or frequency through. It is irrelevant, really, whether you see these in night or dark or night or day. It's all about understanding that the messages that are coming through, and many of them are coming through in a very expedited way. So today we have, if you like, brought through a very special message, a very special clear message for all of those who are ready to receive. Receiving this on a new moon portal, if you like, and you're ready to believe. So new moon portals and understanding it in a quantum healing way, bringing up the imprints that were ready for you today to resolve and dissolve, and understand that you've walked out of this as a very clean and new you today. Crystalline clean waters is something that we often see when we think about something peaceful, something clear. And crystalline clear waters is what we're here to help bring through for you today. Information through water, information through anything that you start to consume. It is important that you recognize the vibration of you is ready to start to be whom. When you start to think about whom am I meant to be in this lifetime, we need to think about that from a physical perspective too. Everything we consume, if you like, parts to be what we are here to be and hume. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca having a very, if you like, personal experience with what has come through. So recognizing the frequencies and the energies that we consume on a day-to-day basis, whether this be through our own physical, if you like, consumption of foods or of substances, or if this be of the media that we watch or the social media that we consume on a daily basis. It's all energy. You resonate with this as energy. Of course you do. Many of you do. But do we resonate with the vibrations of the energy? And what does that bring up for us? So each time we are sat there and we are looking at something, and it could be a book, it doesn't have to be a point of media. Energies are within all of us, around all of us, and for all of us. So thank you all of you who have taken part in this new moon portal activation today. Whether you're watching this on the 17th of April, the new moon in Aries, or even in a few years from now today. It is irrelevant. It's important that you're connecting into the point of the new moon portal. And that each new moon portal, each time you have the opportunity to bring through those imprints, those outdated programs, you're ready to resolve and dissolve and work through this new point of view today. We're ready to close down this channel. We thank you all for taking part. We're going to now bring through, if you like, balancing energies to help bring you back into your heart. So we're asking Mother Gaia as a divine feminine energy coming through as a must to bring through the energy through, as we're asking solar flares and Father Sun to bring through an energy as well of the divine Father too. The divine masculine, divine feminine energies coming through as we would like to understand as balancing energies. The balancing energies of the divine mother and the father are always important for all of us too. We couldn't have one without the other. We need the father and we need the mother. Important for you all to understand. These are balancing energies. Divine mother, divine father are balancing energies. Balancing energies that are here for all of us to keep us balanced through the process, working through the process, of being part of the process, of the ascension process. We are the Ascension Guides. We thank you all from the bottom of our heart to the bottom of yours. Thank you for tuning in. We are the Ascension Guides. We are going to close down this channel. Okay, so wow, just coming out of that now. Back into Bex again. Yeah, so I'd just like to, I suppose bring through that I was receiving many of my own imprints that were coming through then, as I imagine that many of you were also bringing to surface aspects of yourself too. And it's not one that's easy for me to explain, if I'm honest, because I have been going through this process, the ascension process, for only since New Year's Eve of 2023, from a conscious perspective, but obviously recognizing that the imprints that have been brought through to me today are from, of my lifetime experiences too. But it's important. It's so important that we start to recognize and resonate with these planetary times and start to think about them from these different quantum healing aspects of us. And that, you know, it's so easy for us just to go into this soul understanding of it just being about this lifetime, and it's just about this lifetime, it's just about me, it's just about me and what I've been through. But when we start to kind of expand that out and go, okay, right, now I'm starting to resonate that with past lifetimes, future lifetimes, and as a soul, and when we start to think, yes, this isn't just about this lifetime, it's about so many lifetimes, and the excitement that can bring through to us for many souls who are, you know, ready to understand it on that level, you know, it just becomes very exciting. And you know, for me, trying to work through this process, you know, having that understanding that, you know, there are future lifetimes and past lifetimes. Oh, wow, I'm just going on about lifetimes now, but it's just something I feel that was obviously very, very important for today. But thank you for those who have been part of this today. And you know, it's not easy for me to kind of, if you like, tune into these sessions and understand always what I'm going to bring through. You know, I understood that the new moon was going to be today, but it's taken me days, if you like, days and days to kind of get to a point of where I am now to be able to understand what's come up. So, you know, if you are also going through days and days and days of trying to understand what's coming up, just recognize that's okay. It's meant to happen, because it's all about the experience, isn't it? It's all about the experience, and that's what we're here for. So thank you, everybody who's connected with me today, and I look forward to bringing through the next Ascension update. So for me, I'm from the Ascension Guides. Thanks for tuning in.